NIP as well, but NIP are up 9-6 in the second half, and 9 have already completed their victory against Victory Zigzag. So yeah, I think it's really going to be really interesting. As I said, whoever is the loser of this one plays the loser of Bet Boom OG, and right now it's looking like it could be OG.
Well, sounds like the game is ready. So let's jump into the matchup here, Trav.
Let's go. It is Anubis. And as you mentioned, it's a map that Apeks do like to pick. It's one they're very happy to go to very often in their series they do play. It's not their best map overall. I think their best map statistically is technically Inferno, but that's one that knasigT don't play too much, so they are obviously going to ban that one out, and we do get Anubis instead. Apeks have beaten Astralis on this map, of course, in the Cologne play-in. Can they show some of that form once again to finish off this series 2-0?
Well, I'd say it's the expected result here, Trav, that this should be a conclusion, a 2-0 finish to the series for Apeks, considering the fact that they're now on their home ground of Anubis. Lots of control for Vire, though, pushed through A main. So it means that knasigT know what's going on. They know that they're going to have to weather a storm over on the B bomb site. The problem is that Apeks are going to get full control of the bomb site for free, and it's going to be on the retake for the CT side. They don't have a kit either. There's no utility, so this is going to be a difficult one for knasigT.
Yeah, this is tough. Bomb down already, and as you say, lack of a kit. Then for the full Kevlar purchase makes it rough for them. We gets one back though, and the trades have to be thick and fast, you would think, for Apeks. They cannot just afford to sit back and let them peek them. Good frag from Jacob. Now they're going to get swarmed. Damage coming in. Avid gets one more, but Jacob, Jacob again. That is sick. Quad kill for him on the pistol. And now Sticko looks to try and finish it off. They've not wasted enough time. There is no time for the defuse. Whatever Ludwig does here, Sticko will get that kill. Perfect start for Apeks on the favoured side of Anubis. Very nice.
Yeah, wonderful round coming through from Jacob. We saw he was one of the stars on Overpass, had impact pretty much throughout the entirety of the map, so it was great work out of him. Fun player to watch as well, just because he's always getting in the thick of things. He's getting in the faces of his opponents. He's the one who's swinging. Going to be a force buy from knasigT in response after they drop the pistol round. Scouts upgrade the pistols, MP9, see what they can piece together. Jazol's going to have to be such a big part of the CT side with his AWP. CT side of Anubis, it's pretty difficult to come by opening kills. So that's where the AWP just becomes so proficient. You can afford to get a little bit more aggressive, force the issue a bit more. Oh, wow. Okay, Vire. How on earth does he get that kill onto Nork? I thought he was a dead man walking.
I did too. Get away with a 5v3. With a deal and a 5-7, of course both low, but they can honestly be expendable now. The AK's been picked up by Avid. If there's one man you want an AK on, going by the end of that previous map, it's him. knasigT though will at least take one back. As I said, I mean, they're the low HP players anyway. They've done some decent work already, and the fight now will come back in from Apeks. Important frags from knasigT and Sticko. It's back into a 3 vs 2. Debo is dancing with the Mac 10 of Kixan. He's playing a pretty safe angle in water. It's going to be a hard one to hit for opponents, and yeah, Kixan will get it sorted. And knasigT will finish it off with a third as well. Triple for him, relaxes the situation. That means they should be guaranteed a 3-0 start.
I mean, what a good recovery coming through there from Apeks. That dropped into a 3 vs 5. And they were able to just win the round, keeping those 3 remaining players alive. So that's going to bode well for their confidence. As you say, third round pretty much for free. What are you thinking about the CT side for knasigT? What sort of a round count are we looking for out of them in this first half?
When you ask me this question, it's always hard to know where to go, but I feel like Apeks have shown some really good protocols on Anubis on CT side, right? It's a map of course, that I think was mentioned by, I think it was Nertz in an interview during the Gamers 8 event, saying that he still thinks the map is broken and way too T-sided. But I think Apeks are putting in some decent plays on CT to you know, show what can be done for mid-round aggression. That is the hardest thing that I think is still to do. So yeah, I think it's going to be difficult for knasigT to maybe live with Apeks even on their CT side. So I'm going to say maybe they might need, I'd say an even half 7 for a good shot.
Okay. I'd say, like, if we're going to talk bare minimum kind of thing, I'm thinking 6. I think anything less than 6 wouldn't be enough against this Apeks team.
Yeah.
First gun round is upon us. Jazol's got his AWP in play. This is where knasigT needs to look to just try and make a bit of a mark. they going to be? Speaker's going to eat a grenade. Oh, nope. Doesn't actually get behind the boxes, so
that little, there we go, there's one that finally works out. That little,
should be much lower.
is that like wicker, you would call that, right? Wicker basket?
Yeah.
Is,
Yeah,
apparently is very bulletproof. Take notice.
Yeah.
Take notice, armies across the world.
How have we not discovered this yet? Finally, Trav, we've made it known. The great wicker basket. Here's something all along. Harvard should get traded out here, and is, yeah, Nork trading forward, charging forward. Going to be running into the AWP of Jazar right now. Jazar doesn't know where to look, and Nork will find both kills. Swings around in his team's favor. Debo spotted on the retreat. Good information for knasigT. 44 seconds left on the clock. Bomb to be recovered, and decisions to be made now for Apeks.
Yeah, Apeks have some great strategies on this T side of Anubis. They know how to exploit the map. It's a bit like Inferno, I feel like, in a way. Like, if you know how to exploit the map and make it difficult for CTs, there's really nothing the CT side can truly do to get back into the rounds. Here's a new map as well. But if you have a crossfire like this, it does give you some form of hope. But they need one more kill. And now they need a clutch. And they're going to get a clutch! Let's go, Vera. That is a nice 1v2 to get. They positioned themselves correctly. They rotated all into the correct portion of the map. And Apeks, well, they may have looked to trade together. Vera took it in his favour instead, and that's a really important round to take. But of course, we know what you're going to say, Hayes. We know what the story is. They've got 2 MP9s in this following round, and maybe even 3. Let's see what they have. Yes, 3 MP9s. Is it 4? No, they have the AK, of course. So it's a rough buy with 1 player alive.
Yeah, it's brutal. Reward for winning the previous round either way. It means that Apeks still have a very good chance of keeping some serious pressure on their opponents. I love that position being taken up by North so early on in the round. Catches Ludwig completely off guard. There's one of your SMGs on the deck, Trav. Though Arvid, oh my goodness, that's an aggressive play coming through from him. Yeah. Dropping down off the bridge, in and amongst the T players. He gets a kill. 4v3 will persist.
I guess that's kind of what you have to do with the MP9 sometimes. You know how good they are. But it's long range. The AK usually will best you. So they decide to go for that aggressive play, and this smoke is going to block off Debo's MP9. So he might choose to spray it, and yeah, he will, because there's only one defender. Here's Vera. What can he do? He catches Sticko dropping down from the ledge, so it's still alive, this one, for knasigT. But of course, now they know where Vera is. They can position to stop his retake. Jazar has the one defuse kit. And they don't have a smoke for that bomb. They only have incendiary. So where do they position those to try and give themselves a chance? That's knasigT. Oh, wow. What a reaction. I don't know how he's managed to take that one. Nork finds Jazar on the rotation. And now Vera, they knew where he was from that first kill towards Sticko. And Jacob finds him as well. That actually could have fallen apart if knasigT did not adjust there so quickly.
Yeah, it was a snappy shot for him to get the kill. I agree. If he goes down, then that retake looks so much more doable for knasigT. But you remove that player from the equation, that control as well, and it's going to be Apeks' round for the taking. 4-1. knasigT going to have to eco. 5-1 ripe for the taking. And this just all comes back down to what you were pointing out at the start of the round. Yes, they won the round before that, but their weapons still look really bleak. And Apeks capitalizes as a result. Now it's about keeping numbers alive if you're the T side.
Exactly. Build up that money. You've still got knasigT on 50, of course, and knasigT and Jacob pretty low too.
Love that.
Yeah, looking the way.
Corner. Yeah, player not looking your direction. You take that every single day of the week. Vera's got an AWP, by the way.
Something.
Nork was found by himself. That's a flash. Oh, Sticko was blind for days, and Jacob is dead. That's a team flash from knasigT. So, is this unraveling? 3 versus 3. Is the retake on? I don't think so. Certainly not after that kill. Now they're going to look to try and save more. knasigT pushing forward will deny saving of anything. Nobody alive. 5-1. Yeah. Apeks in control.
Nicely done from knasigT. We're seeing a few instances, even though Apeks are up 5-1, of perhaps them being caught off guard ever so slightly. Like, as I said, if knasigT didn't adjust so well in that round before to stop the MP9 from taking him down. And maybe that could have got out of hand that round. But, as I said, even in that one, they caught a few knasigT players in the back, but also almost got caught in the side themselves a few times. But it's still a good start, money and scoreline-wise, for Apeks on a map we know they love so much. Avid close up toward mid, but he's got so much on his plate in front of him. He finds one, but not two. There's the maximum he really expecting to get, and Debo, he can't get anything done. knasigT happy just to hold W, and he gets his just reward.
Huge multi-kill coming through from knasigT. He was next to Anonymous on overpass, at least for the most part. Loud and proud here on Anubis. 9 kills in the first 6 rounds, currently in the 7th. Couple multi-kills sprinkled into the mix for him as well. And it's going to force knasigT to just save their guns here. 6-1, the imminent scoreline. Players going to be hunting for the T side as well. Who was it that got the 2 kills in towards middle? Was it not knasigT as well who found that second frag on... Oh, it was knasigT, actually.
Yeah, it was knasigT.
So we've seen it a few times now where knasigT have got that opening kill, but then there's just been an immediate response from Apeks where they get the trade, and then they extend that trade with an extra kill.
Very true. They just know how to exploit the map, especially on T side, and they know how to take advantage of those angles and keep CT sides guessing. That mid area feels so awkward as an AWPer, right? Like it's you feel comfortable, but you also don't at the same time, because if you've missed the timing, maybe they could be on the other side of the doors, on the left or the right. You don't know if you have to re-aggress mid-round. Hard to clear off, of course. Make sure you don't get caught like that. And not like that.
Oh my goodness.
He was clean with it there. He will get run down by the MP9 of Avid, so that's again at least a 1-for-1. knasigT will wait in Canal and now in E-Box for anyone coming his way, and Jacob is happy to catch more of these. Technically ecos, even though there's armors in play. The round's still on though, that's a free AK. Need to herd this bomb over toward A, but Vera is still here.
Oh,
and they might not check this MP9 properly.
multi.
There's one. Can he get a second? He's dancing. He's going back and forth. AD, but knasigT pulls out the Tech 9.
Wow.
The AD of his own. Easy to dance around with that one. Really important kill.
That is such an important kill coming through there from knasigT. If he goes down, that's the end of the round. It's guaranteed. And the eco round win for knasigT. Now, the retake looks unlikely, and Jacob and knasigT will indeed lock in the round 7-1 up for Apeks. They're cruising along right now in 2nd or 3rd gear. Haven't even had to ramp things up yet. Big gun round coming through for knasigT.
Yeah, I will say if there are any Swedish Counter-Strike enjoyers in chat who aren't watching the Swedish broadcast, of course, apologies if we're butchering the knasigT name. We're trying our best, but obviously being a mixed team, it's not a name you've heard pronounced by many other people.
Yeah, maybe correct us, you know, help us out.
Yeah, absolutely, feel free to say how awfully bloody wrong we truly are.
Yeah, and then even like spell it out phonetically for us so we
Yeah.
know how to pronounce your
Be kind about it though.
knasigT. Exactly, that's
Doesn't
what I'm
cost
saying.
doesn't
Like,
cost anything
help
to be
us
kind.
out instead of yeah, there we go, Trav. The world would be a much better place, man, if everybody just followed that mentality. I think being nice is actually a superpower, because when you're nice to people, you're more likely to get a lot more out of them. They're more likely to help you and do things that benefit you just because you're nice. You can change the entire energy of an interaction. So there we go.
Philosophical,
done.
yeah, philosophical
there we go.
little moment there for Hayes. We love that.
I always throw one in every now and again.
And now Vera needs to throw himself in because Apeks are about to come his way. Flashes are really good. It's really forced him off the corner, but Avid is doing a great job of standing up tall once again. That's 3, looking for 4. Oh, so close to that 4th. One of those 3rd bullets was a headshot that would have taken knasigT down too, but thankfully Jayzal's still here. knasigT will nab the bomb and try and fall away. All 3 players are actually on the site itself. He hasn't got anyone on the flank to worry about. So if he knew that, he could sprint toward the opposite side of the map and get this plant down, but of course he doesn't know, and he only has 25 seconds as well, so because he's taken so much time clearing out the flank, he's now probably not got much play in this.
He's kind of hoping that because he's pulled out completely, they're expecting him to have rotated towards B, and maybe there's some space now over at A, but unfortunately for him, still 2 players here. Debo will just step out and finish off the job. So, knasigT finally get themselves back to winning ways. Good defense on the A-bomb side. Looked a little bit disjointed there from Apeks in terms of the utility, especially with the last 2 players, knasigT and knasigT. knasigT was swinging while knasigT was still trying to line up a flashbang, so Macedonian Rifler goes down. Nork in no position to trade. Good round for knasigT, much needed.
Indeed, but Apeks still in pole position by about half a second.
When's the F1 coming back, Trav?
This weekend.
This weekend. Is it Netherlands?
It is Zandvoort, yes. So I think we know who might be winning that race somehow. Ludwig close up toward E-Box. Yeah, that's an eminence with Stappen. Nork and knasigT firing off beautifully. And again, knasigT hits 2 on the entry. He's up to 12 and 5 in this game. He's having loads of impact. It's great to see, of course, after how quiet he was toward the end period of Overpass after that clutch he had. Avid now in a tough 1v3. Spots the first. He was low knasigT after his triple kill heroics. So it's doable. He's got control and the bomb's not yet planted yet. So Nork's going to escape and try and get it down elsewhere.
I like this from Nork. I like the fact he just pulled his knife out and he's running with the bomb in towards the A bomb site. Kicks and even just jiggle peeks there. Says, yeah, Alvid, we're here. You know, stay interested over towards the B bomb site right now because that's where we want to plant the bomb. Psych. Opposite side of the map. Bomb plant comes through. And it looks like knasigT are just going to be straight back to square one. Look at their money as well, Trav. I guess if Alvid stays alive, they might be able to justify an investment in the next round, dropping a gun a couple players can afford to buy. But it's going to be 8-2. Half win secured at the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Speaking about players who are having different performances between the first and the second map, you said knasigT has improved a lot. Jazar has not pitched up at all. They're missing him right now.
They are.
Big time.
They are. Overpass is where he does some of his best work. I don't think Anubis is a map where these boys really, you know, play their trade too much at all. Even in non-HLTV matches, right? I think they played a game in CCT on Anubis. I think they lost it 16-14 against the current, like, Polish Singularity team, I think.
Oh, that's not great.
Yeah, I think that's not a superb team to lose to, I feel like.
Yeah, signs not pointing in a phenomenal direction for knasigT right now. If they lose this next round without saving any guns, I really start to fear the worst for them on the map. Remember, they're down in the series 0-1 right now. Mentioned on Overpass a few times, it was a win condition for them in the series. Had to win on Overpass coming into Anubis next.
Yeah.
Apeks going to go for another direct approach. A big exec in towards the B bomb site, waiting in the wings.
Apeks. That's an insane thing from Ludwig, considering how blind he truly was. Goes to the trade as well. It's in a rough one for sticko to get that kill back as well. So 3v3 with sticko so low. Jazar looking to still go aggressive. He's comfortable with the aggression still. Even though he's had a bit of a rough game, his confidence still not taking a bashing just yet. Maybe he was playing with that. But he'll just wait now for his team. And why not? Because knasigT and Nork are in a 2v3. They have a man advantage to play with, and Jazar does have that kit with the smoke on Vera, so they can play this one slowly and take their time and clear out all these angles. Flash primed, little right click perhaps, or a bounce off the wall. There it is, but it doesn't blind up Nork. Jazar's going to have to swing at some point. Nork still staring at it, but he swings wide quickly. Now Nork's under so much pressure. He gets one, but not two. And they have time for this defuse. Well done. knasigT there through to a quality third round.
Yeah, really well worked retake coming through from them, just about how they set themselves up. The extra little layer to the retake was, I think, Vire, who drops off the bridge into the canal and then retakes through from there. Gives them that extra avenue of attack. Had it just been the retake coming through from CT and connector, then it doesn't look as convincing. A bit more one-dimensional, a bit flatter in terms of the angles they're attacking from, right? So, important round one by knasigT. And that is going to be 8-3. Win this next round. You break that T-side economy, so big opportunity in this next one for the Swedish squad.
Absolutely. We have had one attempt at maybe giving us some help at some pronunciation. We've got knasigT. And someone else has said that the G in English is like a Y. So might be like, I don't know, knasigT as well. It's quite hard to work. Especially for, you know, I'm a native English speaker. I am a bit of a noob that only speaks one language, so I try my best for you guys.
Are we correct in assuming the K is even a silent letter? Because they're typing it when they're trying to spell it phonetically, so
yeah, true.
Are you supposed to pronounce the K in the word? Is it knasigT? I don't know, there's so many variations, man.
Yeah. Why do they have to make it so
They're probably
difficult
going
for
to
us,
cast them
man?
again. Probably going to cast them again as well, by the way.
Yeah, in the lower bracket tonight, exactly. Which they would play against OG, by the way. BetBoom have absolutely obliterated OG. 16-5 on map 2. This team is scary. Keep an eye on BetBoom. Nafany.
Trav's not a happy camper right now.
Yeah, because I wanted to cast BetBoom.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's fine. I love OG as well, and it'd be nice to catch up with Fasher and Regali.
Have you seen them yet, the new OG?
I haven't casted them yet, but I've watched them play.
That's what I mean. Okay, I've cast them a few times. More on that a bit later, though. Great opening kill out of Jacob. Flashed. Blinds up B-Ray. Damage done by Arvid. He wants to find force the issue to get that kill, and he actually finds the frag on a second player while trying to hunt down Jacob. So that's a great return for Arvid. A frag and 3/4, essentially.
Yeah.
Where do Apeks go from here?
Haven't really made their minds up yet, I really think. And they've only got 35 seconds to go. Very split up across the map at the moment. Bomb is outside B, and maybe they can go for a split with the mid players dropping down to Canal. Sicko is in that position. Ludwig though will remove him. That's a big factor because it's not the low HP of Jacob. Kixan needs to hit a few more of those with that Galil to get himself in toward this side. They know there could be a E-box player, but just as that flash comes in, Ludwig spots out North nicely. Kixan now will get dinked down, but still a very winnable clutch for Avid. I say winnable. Oh my goodness, Kixan. What did I say about him needing to step up? Well, those were two disgusting kills with the Galil. Wow.
Yeah, okay, that's one way to wrap up the round for Apeks, especially considering the low health on the players. It's a bit anticlimactic, actually. Not the way I was expecting things to happen anyway. 9-3, money in the dumpster for the CT side here. They're winning rounds occasionally, but nothing consecutive. It means they're never able to build up any momentum.
Smokes in positions like this, how many nades are going to be right-clicked into them on CS2 to blow the smoke away and go for a cheeky pick. I'm sure that's going to change the sort of default spacing and positioning of so many teams, knowing that the nades can just explode in a smoke at any moment and make it an open vision pathway. Can't wait for that.
Well, you just imagine it's a massive buff for the CT side on paper, but it also makes retakes a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Sticking diffusers in smokes going to become a thing of the past.
Keeping HEs, right? Keeping HEs for the end of the round could be important, at least one.
Yeah, become a lot more valuable.
Who knows? We could be.
I don't know. I mean, I think.
Sorry, go on.
I think I might just be stuck in the classic Counter-Strike mentality of not really loving change, but it's not really a change in the game I'm massively excited about, to be honest.
Fair enough. It's different, at least. Sicko. Some kills in the back here, perhaps. Is anyone checking? They are now. He'll still get the kill he wanted.
Oh, wow. At range? The dink with the Mac 10 onto Debo?
Yep.
Alright, Steeko. Well, that is 10-3. Apeks race to double digits.
Yeah, we know that CT side is difficult. I mentioned, of course, earlier at the very beginning of the game that interview I saw from Nerds at Gamers 8 saying about how he thinks that Anubis is still just plainly broken as a map and way too T-sided. You know how to exploit it. Have to see how many changes are made to this map in the future, of course, because it has been bought by Valve. It's not a community map that's just in the pool like some of the old ones that were back in the day. It's an official Valve map now, bought from the original maker for a good bit of dollar. And let's see if Apeks can keep their dollar in this round, because the Swedish boys are 4v4. Jacob's lurking in mid. Jazo will get caught again. Again, a quiet game for Jazo. I mentioned it earlier, but two good picks in response. Make that three instantly. And now Nork's in a clutch.
Alright, well, that just blows the door wide open on the round. North with it all to do. First frag found. Knows that both the remaining players are low HP of Debo goes down. Arvid thankfully will. Pour cold water on the clutch there for Nork as he finishes off the job. Got so much closer than they ever would have liked. And it's going to impact their investment coming into this next round here as well. The last round of the half. Apeks already happy with their return here. 10 rounds to their name, regardless of what happens here. We mentioned 6 or 7 as the minimum for the CT side. 5 is the best they could do from here.
Yep. And Apeks 10-4. Looking to try and make it 11. Kickstone's gone for the Krieg, and we really don't see the Krieg much anymore. We see, I think, more Augs overall than we do Kriegs, ever since both got nerfed. But the Krieg is still technically a pretty easy spray pattern, right? It's just more like a semi-auto rifle, it feels like these days, with how slow it fires. That fire rate is pretty disgusting. And now this defense could be pretty goofy. This Krieg needs to step up, and there we go. 2 in E-box. Not much you can do about that.
For me, the Krieg is just now a tapping rifle. You don't want to take prolonged gunfights. You don't want to spray with the gun just with that nerfed fire rate. And that is a phenomenal round coming through from knasigT. Just kind of nerf Apeks here in the round. Shut them down emphatically. Big statement made here for the CT side. Just giving themselves a fighting chance right now. They want to do everything they can to avoid that lower bracket OG waiting in the wings. There wouldn't have been any easy matches. I suppose the only quote-unquote easy match that they could have hoped for would have been Victory Zigzag, right? Like, that's the only other team kind of on knasigT's level coming into this closed qualifier.
Indeed. Knock is another chance to maybe end off this half with a bang, though. It'll be a 1v4 total, and we know that Ludwig is incredibly low. And he's still full health. But these 2 flashes are going to be insane as well. And just as he tries to hop up, that's when Abid catches him. So that will be the end of this first half of Anubis. Apeks are in the driving seat, but I think the Swedish boys will be happy with at least 5 rounds. We'll see if they can come back after a quick break. welcome back to the second half between Apeks and, bear with me for this one, knasigT or knasigT. Type 1 for knasigT, Type 2 for knasigT. Thank you guys in chat for the help on the pronunciation of the Swedish boys. I appreciate the help.
knasigT, doesn't matter what you call them, they need to win here on the T side, Trav. That's what matters. And they've got a good start to the pistol round. Jacob drops the bomb carrier, easily recovered. He's going to drop down to try and force the issue. His teammates do as well.
Wow.
Oh no, not like this, knasigT. It's completely fallen apart.
Holy mac and cheese balls. Jazar has left where on earth his teammates have just gone, but he's still got a chance at this clutch. Orpus with the P250. You made that point, Hayes, yourself. You know how good they can be. And he's still got 2 more to find with 84 health. He's okay in this one, but now they're going to team up together. They're going to go together, and they're just going to overwhelm him. Well done, Apeks. That was an insane choice to drop down like they did, but it worked out.
And that was Jacob. Jacob led that charge. No hesitation at all. Lovely pistol round coming through. What a recovery there from Apeks. And I love the way that Nork and knasigT play that there at the end of the round together as well. Just always on the same wavelength. Never one player swinging, one hiding. Together in every movement they made. And that's a massive dropping of the ball here for the Swedish squad.
Yeah, that's a rough one for knasigT, but what can you do? knasigT and the MP9 of Nork as well. Eat up, everyone. A nice little early dinner snack. knasigT with 3. Up to 20 kills in this game now.
The reason I think this is unrecoverable, I'm going to dress it up and you can see how rough things look. Apeks need 4 more rounds to win the series 2-0. That's all they need is 4 rounds. knasigT need 11 rounds from here on their T side. They've only won 5 out of 17 so far. It's going to need a complete turnaround from them compared to what we've seen out of them on the map. On the T side, it's not impossible. T-sided map. Apeks returns on Anubis are normally pretty good, right? Played the map 8 times in the past 3 months. 40% win rates on the CT side. Not phenomenal, but should be enough to get them across the line. Keep in mind the general level of opposition their games come up against on this map.
Yeah, true. Their win against Astralis was very nice, of course, in the Cologne play-in. Obviously on LAN as well, so important. Good win. Experience Apeks have should be showing up in this game, and they'll be going through to the upper bracket, of course. If they get these 4 rounds done to play against Better Boom, which would be the same matchup actually, play the Better Boom in this one. But hang on, Avid, he doesn't want that to be a reality. Quality couple of kills from him. Makes it a 3 versus 2. Jacob and Nork. And the bomb's going down on A as it stands. And the positions held by knasigT are probably going to be a little bit too much, I would say. I'd say for Apeks here, I think saving is the better choice, and they are falling back now. So, good trades from Avid in mid there, coming in late. He's going to net them. They're 6th.
Okay, well, perfect way for them to begin their campaign here. I mean, outside of winning the pistol, winning this first gun round is exactly what we needed to see coming through from them. 12-6. That needs to be the start of something. At least for Apeks, keeping 2 players alive means they're going to be able to afford a buy in the next round. A couple guns can be dropped. Stiku can afford to buy for himself. Still going to be a difficult round here for the Swedish boys, but they're alive.
Alive and kicking. And they should be pretty happy with how things are going for them so far, honestly. I mean, it's obviously a heartbreaker on the map 1, but they're putting themselves into the conversation about some of the top teams in Tier 2. Should be happy with how they are continuing to compete. Apeks still low double the score of knasigT. Looks like it is knasigT. We've got a couple of 2s in chat.
Well, he got a 3 as well, so
yeah,
with a pinch of salt.
the troll emote, of course, classic. Wouldn't be Twitch chat with at least 1 troll at any given moment.
All right, well, let's see What does knasigT have up their sleeve for us in this next round here? Don't have a huge amount of utility left remaining. Couple flashes to try and piece together and execute. sneako straight through the smoke will open up the round. We saw Apeks get the opening kill in the previous round as well. It didn't get converted into a round win. And Jazar will track sneako back. That's a big kill out of Ludwig. North wants to trade. He's missed his shot though. That's going to cost him his life. Nice. Massive double kill coming through from Ludwig. Cuts the map down the center. knasigT is going to try to peek out from middle, but they've spotted him. Double, nearly even a triple peek in towards him. That's 12-7, and that shatters the CT side economy. Back-to-back rounds now for Apeks where they've had the opening kill, and they haven't been able to win the round.
Yeah, we're starting to see what makes Anubis so hard now. This is getting interesting. Apeks might not even have this AK. Jacob's in T-spawn, and they might be able to have a chance to save it, but you could possibly put in one player to maybe look for him. You can afford to do so. At least survive with 3 is the most important thing. Jazar's looking for it now, so... yeah, it's going to be really interesting. And there is Jacob, long-range spray. They know where he is. And Jacob might not be long for this world because there is Debo. So then, Apeks still need 4. They have a lead of 5. They've got nothing in this round. It's going to only be a lead of 4 coming in. We haven't seen some of their sort of patented CT aggression on Anubis yet. They were one of the first teams I saw really go for those sort of aggressive plays, especially over the A-bomb site. Pushing some flashes over through the... gaps in the architecture and maybe pushing 2 or 3 through the entrance. So yeah, it's so maybe some of that could be enough to turn the tide back in their favor. I know it's still a decent lead, but that's gonna evaporate pretty quickly if knasigT don't make any mistakes.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they shouldn't be slipping up at all here in this next round. 12-8 pretty much guaranteed at this point. It's only pistols, and even though they're stacked up on the B-bomb site, there's no meat to these bones. knasigT's just taking their time here as well. Don't want to slip up, or it's not even only about avoiding the slip up, it's even about making sure you don't lose any unnecessary players. You're going to give the Max a chance to rack up the frags. Debo gets himself a triple. 2 kills in response from Nork. Not bad out of Apeks. Bit of chip damage will be welcomed.
Considering it was basically a full eco. Especially that the 2 kills have come through on Nork as well. For a little bit of extra cash for that future AWP. It's all added up. Every little helps. Render knasigT to decide he wants to swim.
Well, let's sink or swim here for knasigT. There we go. Awareness from Jazar. Free frag for him as he clears out the angle. 12-8. 4 rounds separate these 2 teams. Now, it was a lot worse for knasigT. It was 7 at one point. They're chipping away at that lead.
So here is this 12-8 I was talking about. And here is this full investment. If Apeks to lose their storm without anyone saving, I will now then get very interested in a possibility of a knasigT 3rd map decider.
Yeah, me too. And we go to Mirage, which would seem like a far more doable prospect for knasigT than Anubis on paper.
Yeah. Like in general, obviously it's a bit more puggy, right? Maybe easier for a mixed team.
Only 2 players on this B-bomb site as things stand. There's a 3rd who's desperately rotating across, and Nork is going to arrive here soon enough. Oh, Kicksan might walk into the crosshair of Debo if he's not careful. Yeah, there we go. Now that's going to apply a lot of pressure onto this B-bomb site. In the corner, not cleared all the way by Jazar. Nork gets in on the action as well, but there are kills that continue to come through here for the T side. Nork is in just such an awkward position right now. No support anywhere near him. He's just relying on that smoke grenade. Okay, knasigT wins a vital gunfight over Vire. Now if it plants the bomb, now has to hold his ground. He has to stand tall. 1 versus 3 clutch coming through from him. First frag, second frag, locked in. sneako left alone, trying to use that element of surprise. Wrapping around the bomb site right now. Himself and Arvid. But Arvid's found the headshot. He's read sneako. And he's won the round for his team.
Arvid again. Oh my goodness. This kid's absolutely nuts. He dropped over 30 on Overpass with that insane ace that will live long in my memory to take it to overtime. Unfortunately, in a losing effort. And now he's up to 27 and 14. It's only round 22. Well, 21 rounds have been played. Round 22 isn't even done yet. Oh my goodness. That is an insane 1v3. Perfectly danced around the smoke, the sight, everything to do with that situation. Apeks played that probably about slowly and calmly and the best way they possibly could have, to be honest. They got the players in the right positions, but that one seems to have shook them slightly. The following round is nowhere. Even with that one hero gun on Jacob, they haven't got a single kill. It's going to be 12-10, and the money's building up on knasigT.
Oh god, Trav, I mean, you mentioned that if Apeks lose that round without any weapons being saved, you'd start to kind of fear for them. Well, that's the reality that's come through here. 12-10. Yes, they still have a 2-round lead, but it was looking a lot more comfortable at one point. Lose this next round, and then it feels like it's the knasigT show.
The knasigT show. If I were a Swedish Counter-Strike fan, I would attend that. It's been a long time since a mixed team that has really, you know, put themselves on the map in World CS, right? This is only the close qualifier. Don't forget that. What's that? Some of you may remember that team called Aura. Made IEM fall. Had some good results against some good teams. Took them to like 16-14s and stuff like that. I had a chance to cast one of those games. That was the old Copenhagen Flames playing against them, of course. The Hook T-Boy, Copenhagen Flames, the Kodos, Yabi, the full shebang. And they got very close to beating them at the time. And yeah, it's been a long time really since we've seen another Swedish mix show such promise. And for all the OG, NIP and Fnatic fans who, of course, are now days gone by, looking for maybe someone new to support, I would keep your eye on this group of players, and especially Avid. Now he's 31 and 14. Just keep on counting that number in this game. That could get to some sort of record if he keeps this up. We could be looking at 40 in reg at this sort of stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Combined with the performance we saw on Overpass out of him, he's just got so many kills in the series. 4 versus 5. Great start to the round here for knasigT. Jacob has been bested. He's been the player doing the most work here for Apeks himself. And knasigT North is dead as well. That's the AWP on the angle dealt with by Debo. There's nobody else in the A-bomb site. Debo's going to find that out as well. Are they still going to try to go B from here? This isn't necessary. They're phasing through the cave smoke right now. A couple players coming through from B main as well. This is the only way Apeks could potentially win the round. They're committed because there's no time left. Vire will find a kill. knasigT doing the most. He needs knasigT to come into it. They line up, but Arvid will be able to get the kill. And with that, the round goes the way of knasigT. 1 round between them. It's going to be an eco for Apeks.
Right place, right time. Avid, every single situation he's in. He seems to get the success. 121 ADR, another double kill. And as you say, it's a little bit of a squeaky situation for knasigT there, walking into basically the only place where I felt like they could have lost that round. But Apeks couldn't deal with it either. And again, we're going for a similar purchase as to one of those other, you know, rounds where they have that full loss bonus. They've got that one M4. It was dropped by knasigT earlier to Jacob. This time it's just bought straight up by knasigT to give them something to work with. Taking matters into his own hands here, perhaps. This is getting out of hand. For Apeks, again. Map 1. Very almost got out of hand.
Yeah.
In fact, to be fair, it did.
To fight back there. Yeah, it did. Yeah, a few times. And they kept fighting back. Eventually they won. Do they have that same sort of grit and determination here on Anubis? 50 seconds on the clock. God, they'd love to find a way to win this round right now. But knasigT have just been so convincing in the rounds they've won. They were down 12-5, but they've just been in complete control since then. Feels like they've racked up these rounds so quickly. They're leaving it late once again. They have got a player in towards middle. Jayzal's watching the flank right now with great reason as well. 3 players coming in his direction. He's got no support, but he doesn't need any support. And they're knowing. They know the remaining players have to be in towards the B side. They don't care though. They just back themselves to run them over anyway. knasigT will find 2, but it's knasigT that find a 12th, and that's the number that matters.
There's Jayzal. He's been a quiet Man, in this server on Anubis, after a pretty decent overpass, he had some of his textbook no-scopes that we saw so much in the open qualifiers. I had a chance to, had a bit of time to cover those open qualifiers on my personal stream, and of course I watched pretty much all their games in the last few, upsetting everyone. Saw a little bit of Furia, they beat them 1917, saw them beat the new rumoured TSM roster, Cypher, Inters, Valder, etc. So they've got some good scalps recently, and that's why they're here. And they're looking for another one. At least one map I thought they'd take off of Apeks. I thought it would be the previous one. I didn't think it would be this one.
Well, I mean, especially with the way that Anubis have been developing in that first half. It was 10-3 at one point for Apeks. Keep that in mind. It means knasigT have won 9 rounds, while Apeks have won just 2. 5 versus 4 though, rare advantage for Apeks. Looks like they still want to try and make a play through A main. Is that necessary in the 5v4? Ludwig is there. He's got Arvid in support. Jacob's going to try to get Ludwig. Archer crouches into the angle, loses his life out as a result. Nork won't get the trade. 5v4, still making plays. Now it's an even numbers game.
Yep. Nork, a bit disappointed he missed that instant reface trade. That's a really good timing on the incendiary though from Kixan. Stops the pinch. And looks like Apeks aren't really comfortable with how they're holding right now. Finally, the raid boss, Avid's been taken out by knasigT, and Apeks now fighting back just when they need to. Nork gets one more. Kixan dancing behind the pillar. Back and forth with the MP9. I don't think that's wallbangable, Jazar, I'm afraid. But at least he does get taken down, and the bomb can get planted. 30 seconds will now go down to this after plant. Debo, I think he spots the player into an E-box there, and I think he knows he's being pressured from this CT position too. Sticker's done so much damage. How is he still alive? Not much longer. And now it's all Jazar. As I said, he's been quiet. Can he step up at the best possible time? knasigT on the right, other players on the left, and now he's been seen. He's been caught. He's trying to go for these no-scopes. He's insane at these no-scopes. He gets a sick flick, but Sticker's got a defuse kit, so there's no problem, and Apeks will retake the lead.
Man, I'm on the edge of my seat here. This is some high-octane Counter-Strike right now. Very entertaining stuff. Crazy retake. I mean, it was looking very winnable for Apeks. It looked like it should have been easier than it was. Great effort from knasigT in the post-plant there, even though they're down with the numbers. They're still able to make it a hard round for Apeks. Damage done, but the round will go the way of Apeks, so they deny knasigT the lead. And that feels like such an important factor for Apeks. I mean, knasigT, not the end of the world for them. Probably would have been the end of the world for Apeks if they'd lost that round, though. Especially considering they got the opening pick. They've had a few of those on their CT side. First one they convert in a while.
Yeah, critical as well. But of course, money's still on a knife edge, and knasigT have built up their own cash, and Ludwig adjusts the spray. Jacob, oh, Nork is missing his shot. Goes in with the USP in the end to finish that off. Respect. That was actually a critical frag to take in the end. Jazar holding down mid. 4v4 with Nork walking wounded. Sticko looking to try and reface. He's got support with knasigT in mid. Do they double walk this one? They might. They might even triple walk this one. They want information on what knasigT are planning, but on the fact they're doing this right here, right now, that leaves the A bomb site open for the execute for knasigT, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to have to flank them quickly here.
Yeah, Apeks finally realized what's going on. It means they are going to have a fairly forward position here on this double flank right now. That's what this whole round is relying on for Apeks. It's going to be Jazar who looks back in that direction. He's caught Stiko. Not expecting knasigT there as well, though. knasigT could line them up. He gets the first. Will find the second on the spray down. Not clean, but it doesn't matter because he gets the kill. Low health, though, for both Nork and knasigT. There's another player coming through from the flank right now. Nork's just holding this angle, and why wouldn't he be? Debo steps into him. It's all on Vire. 1 versus 3. There's that third player on the flank right now. Like I said, surely Vire doesn't expect that he gets the kill. Nork's messed up the molly. That's going to make him feel so awkward, and Vire clutches it.
Oh, and another one. Oh my goodness, knasigT. We saw the 1v3 from Avid earlier on, and now another steps up when needed. That is a messy retake from Apeks, and rightly they take a tactical timeout. That is exactly the right time to use it after some messy situations there. As you say, I thought they were safe. They're having that extra player on the flank was almost an insurance policy, but there was no insurance. They got scammed. And
my God,
Nork missed his Molotov. He was lining that up while his teammate was alive, right?
Yeah, and
So-
it just looked like miscommunication.
Perhaps, yes, as well. Obviously,
Not
we're not in the
fighting
team
together.
speak. We're not in the team speak. We can't really judge, but we just have to guess and make our view on it to the
Speculate.
best of our possibility. Yeah, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. 13 all. Money in the bin for Apeks again. They only won. Oh, how many CT rounds?
3, but two of
Three.
those 3 were the pistol and the anti-eco.
Correct. So when it comes to gun rounds, 1.
1. Jacob has a hero rifle. He does a lot of damage to Viria. And actually, I love the combination, the nade spam, but Jacob goes down straight afterwards. That's the hero rifle in the deck, and it's unrecoverable. Oh, man, that's so rough for Apeks. I love the start of the round, but it all falls apart immediately afterwards. That rifle will be recovered by Satanito. Nork's got a kill, so maybe forcing their way back in here. Where's Satanito? He dropped down. They didn't hear him.
They didn't hear him. Wow. That's wild. Another kill back for Satanito. This could be a bit of a heartbreaker for knasigT again.
No ways, right? They've looked so good, so composed on their T side. Very reliable. Still backing them from here. They're going to keep things simple. Both players in B main right now. Looks like they do want to commit in towards that B bomb site. Jason trying to cover his teammate that breaks, but Nork destroys him. It's all on Ludwig, and he goes down as well. Satanito, the one to pick up the gun, finds 2 kills as a result. And Apeks got 14-13.
Oh, my goodness. Back and forth. Swings and roundabouts. Yeah, the heartbreak could almost be confirmed. Thankfully, they've done such good work in the previous rounds in this half. They've got plenty of cash still available, but Avi's only on a Mac 10 in this one. If I were me, I'd say give him that AK. He's been insane in this game. But he has cooled off a little bit ever since I bigged him up. He was at 31 and 14 or something. Then he got a couple of kills the last few rounds. Jacob, oh, that's a cheeky line ahead of that Molotov as well. Got a bit of vision. Spams down Ludwig's legs. Kicks out. Oh, he's got caught. Aggression. Spots more players than he's bargained for. And he's out of the round already.
Alright, well, knasigT's in such an important round. Arvid's position. Satanito walks straight into him. Oh, God, that's brutal. And Arvid's still hanging around here as well. 5 versus 3. Deco spotted dead as well. They're just offering themselves up on silver platters. knasigT haven't had to do anything in the round. Jacob's the next man. Ludwig, patient, gets the kill for free. No, cleared out by Jacob, okay. But now they have to try retake A. I don't even think you can when you look at their money.
No. What the bloody hell is going on here? Jacob just got timing as well. That is just even more painful. And what did I say about Avid cooling off? Well, I can assure you, it's not my fault. Sorry, Apeks fans. A sick triple kill. Up to 36 now.
28 rounds played.
Indeed. I said 40 in regulation. It's still possible.
Oh, yeah. 2 more rounds to be played. Yeah, we're going the full distance. That's a guarantee.
Indeed.
Apeks get... do they get $2,400 when they lose this round?
We're about to find out in a matter of seconds.
I think it's 24. They need it to be 24. It has to be 24. It's 24. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
now
they
it
have
means
something.
they can afford an investment here. Nork can drop for Stiko. Satanito will be slightly low. Lose this round for Apeks. And that's the map gone, surely.
Yeah. We've been here once before. And we're here again. Apeks looking to close this one out. knasigT looking to fight for their life. Of course, there is a lower bracket, but there's a certain team by the name of OG waiting in that lower bracket. And going by OG's form, which hasn't exactly been superb either, not as bad as Apex's form, but this OG is struggling slightly in some of these online events that have been continuing to play in. So I would give knasigT a decent chance against OG too, to be honest, even if they are to lose this game.
OG versus Apeks would be such a slugfest with both teams in the form they're in right now.
That would.
But yeah,
you had the
I
chance
agree
to
with
cast
you.
some OG, haven't you? So
yeah, a couple times actually. I think 3 different occasions I've cast him now, at least 2. And I haven't been overly impressed, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I
A
love the
lot more
pieces of that
questions than
team.
answers.
It's weird, isn't it? Because I love the pieces of that team. I think Fascia sort of, maybe it's a slightly lesser level than Fnatic, even though OG has still been in the big events. I think Fascia can show up again and show some of his Lingby Vikings / ecstatic form. And I really do love Regardi, one of my favourite players from Tier 2. I thought he was one of the best for, I think, some of Nine's incredible runs in Tier 2 this year to qualify for basically everything. And they're already through to the next round of the upper bracket 2 on 9, beating Victory Zigzag in this particular bracket. But yeah, looking forward to seeing some of OG later tonight. That's 7 PM UK time, if this game doesn't run super long, of course.
Well, we had a couple of overtimes in the first map. Knorrs, it looks like they're just going to group themselves up. They've had a pretty unorthodox approach to this T side so far. We haven't seen many defaults from Knorrs where they spread themselves out across the map, feel it out, force rotations, and then exec. For the most part, they've just been grouping up and going for the death ball approach, and it makes sense when you're playing as a mix. Nork's on the angle. The last time we saw him in this position, he just lost his life out without getting a kill. Can't be the same this time round. He's got so many players heading in his direction. Utility going to be raining in. Oh, for Jesus Christ. Rips Nork's head right off. That could be the kill that completely unlocks the round. Wait, they're going B. It's the fake. It's the bamboozle. And it's worked out perfectly. Rotations being bled in towards that A-bomb site. And that is 15 for Knorza with no money for Apeks.
Almost certainly. Jazar is doing so much good work here. He's doing a sterling job in faking. If he really wants to, he can try and run away. And Apeks are left confused and dazed. Bomb is down, but it's not on A, my friends. It's on B. What a play, what a strategy, and what a time to pull it out at 14-14 to keep their hopes alive against Apeks. Devo can afford to possibly look for some players trying to save. They're going to have one round, of course, of regulation left coming up after this. They can get Debo in for sure. Maybe even 2 players to look for some of these saving players, because if they remove the AWP, I don't think there's going to be money available to repurchase it. This is a critical save for Apeks. Knorza are now going hunting. Jacob on the massive off angle. Debo looks for it. Taken down. Does Avid go in for more? Does he look for his 38th kill? He does, but Jacob stands tall. That's a big triple kill. Doesn't help in any way to do with the round, but it keeps the guns alive.
Exactly. And notice how he just extends a little bit further forward there. Does Jacob? It's because he knows that the T player who's pushing forward is gonna expect him to be deeper. So he knows he's going to be bypassed initially, giving him the edge in that gunfight. 15-14. Knorrs it with the map point here on their opponent's map pick. Are we going to trade maps? Fast-paced playing towards the B bomb site. They're going all in. Flash look great. Jacob lined it up. Will be able to regain his vision, and he needs to do work. Needs a multi. Finds a multi. Is there third? No. 3 versus 3 is the result. Bomb site's in control of the T side. Can they finish off the job?
3v3. Can they get the bomb planted? That is the question. Jazar has managed to hop over. He can. Avid is still alive. Can the main man do it once again? I feel like every single player for Knorza has stepped up at least once in this game. Vera had that insane clutch. Debo's had some important mid-round kills, but now it's going to be all Avid and Ludwig. This is so tough. That's a huge kill from Sticko on that flank. Avid stuck on the edge of the site, kind of in no man's land right now. How do they play off of each other? It's so difficult. Apeks are fighting. Satsanito gets the kill. It's all down to Ludwig. No. Insane spray transfer. It's all Sticko. He's got the defuse kit, and he gets the kill. Overtime in map 1, and now overtime in map 2.
That is insane. Are we going to cams now? Okay. Not what I was expecting, but either way, I wasn't expecting that result either. I wasn't expecting Apeks to be able to force it into overtime.
Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. And we have more Counter-Strike to deliver for you in this OT, which will be back, I believe, in a few moments or so. So don't go anywhere, guys. And we're back for overtime. Apologies for that slight miscommunication there, but we are back and had a little rest of our voices while we get prepared for more insane CS between these two teams. I gotta say, this has been an absolutely sick series. I'm incredibly impressed by knasigT and how they performed so far. Can they manage to grab a map at least?
Well, they had an opportunity in regulation, Trav. Their hard-fought T side got them up 15-14, but Apeks robbed them in the 30th. Great retakes. Tico down to the 1v1 there.
Yeah.
Ludwig's 1v3 denied. We've seen a number of clutches out of knasigT on this map in particular. But now, we start clean in overtime. MR3 12.5k. knasigT group themselves up around the 3 bombs. That's going to be a big execute right now. Jacob will find the first one to Vire, who is dumping the utility. Jacob goes down immediately afterwards, which means the pressure's now on knasigT at range. How is he even bypassed by these two players? Eventually one pushes straight through the smoke. I don't know, knasigT still gets a kill out of that situation. knasigT straight through the smoke gets Arvid. Now all on Ludwig, another chance at the 1v3, but he doesn't even know where to look.
Great hold for Apeks, and it's crazy, right? They sort of struggle for so many rounds like this in regulation on CT side. And it's just the way Counter-Strike goes sometimes. You get a much cleaner one like that. knasigT did a great job despite burning to the Molotov in the end. Getting that second kill was so critical. And knasigT continues to impress. 32 and 23. And I think the question has to be asked, really, you know, for knasigT, if it's not the average show, where is it going to come from? Jazar had a rough time on T side. Maybe Ludwig can be the one to get some entries. There's another one.
Great opening kill coming through there onto Jacob. Exactly what they needed. Aggression to start off. Getting in the faces of their opponents. knasigT is up to the 30 bomb. Oh man, knasigT's so lucky to be alive right now. And Debo, who was the one who should have actually gotten that kill, is rewarded with 61 or 41 damage rather from the HE grenade. So that's a bit unfortunate. Not what he was hoping to take from that exchange. Nork gonna look to get ahead of that smoke grenade. Debo catches another HE. He'll peek into Nork, and that's gonna cost him his life. He had a rough round.
Yeah. 4v4. If they can get 2 on CT, I feel like that would really be a superb boon for Apeks. knasigT, that's another good kill. He did that a few times in regulation and got caught off by 3 players just holding the angle from the opposite side of the canal. knasigT on the timing, catches Avid. Raid boss versus raid boss, perhaps. The 2 top fraggers going up against each other. And knasigT is the one to win it out this time. Jazar charging toward mid as that smoke goes up, and knasigT just says, "Hello, I'm still here." And he takes both Jazar and Ludwig beautifully. There's the 17-15. Are we really on for a CT clean sweep for Apeks? That would be so wild with how the patterns have gone in regulation in this game.
Yeah, completely against the run of play, right? And even considering the fact Apeks lost the opening pick in that round as well, they still go up 17-15. knasigT going to be scratching their heads. They're on the brink of dropping into the lower bracket. OG waiting for them. OG waiting for the loser here. Massive round here. Final round of the first half of overtime. Must win for knasigT. We saw when they lost 3 rounds in a row in a half of overtime, it lost them the map on overpass. Can't afford for that to be the case. We know what a good T-side Apeks have here on Anubis.
Indeed. The CTs where most teams tend to struggle, as we know. Sticko. Not sure he saw anything there. I think he was sort of half blind in that situation. Now he's got 2 teammates immediately rotating in, and maybe he didn't see anything. Jazar and Vira have completely caught Apeks off guard while they're just translating over from one side to the other through mid. And in the midst of all that, somehow they're not ready for any of it. And 2 big picks come through. Jazar is pushed Nork back into the fringes of CT spawn. He's now smoked off. Site is taken. And this should be the one they so desperately need.
Yeah, I mean, 3 versus 2, going to get into the A-bomb site for free. They know where Nork is right now. Jacob going to join up with him. There are kits in play for the CT side. No utility. Let's see what they can make happen here. Nork scoping would have been heard by Jazar. Information available. He's taken up that fiendish position. Become a very popular post-plant position is where Jazar is right now. Clearing it out, we'll step into Jazar, and there is that position activating. North will try trade. He does get the kill, but they know exactly where he is. There's no chance for him here in this 1 versus 2. And he'll go down to Arvid. So there we go. At least a round and a half there for knasigT.
Yeah, that's just so critical. You know, of course, they struggled slightly on CT side, but they weren't that bad. I think it's fair to say they had the better, honestly, of the CT half, especially in the gun rounds, than Apeks did, at least as I saw it, the eye test. knasigT up to 36. That's Avid's 39th kill in this game. Fortunately, it wasn't the 14 regulation that I was hoping for, but he's getting ever closer. Apeks, the magic number, as we all know, is 19. If it's 18 all, we go again.
We run it back, baby. If Apeks win this one, they guarantee themselves 2 map points. They had a banging T side in regulation. Jazar baits there by firing off a shot. Baiting for Vire, hoping that somebody might peek in afterwards.
Yeah. Had to shoulder peek in the outskirts of A. Looking to see if one player crosses. If they do, utility immediately thrown. Playing for more information than some of the setups I've seen previously on CT and Anubis in this game. Happy to jiggle like this. 2 players in canals coming toward Ludwig's position. And they will see a shoulder now, and that's when that incendiary is thrown down. 50 seconds. Apeks not really grouped up with Get 3 altogether in mid, but that's a bit of aggression from Debo. I'm not sure if that was overly necessary. I don't think he went with... Did he go with a flash? I'm not sure. I don't think he did.
No,
I was just playing with the smoke. So now it's down to Ludwig on the site. He needs probably at least 2.5 here. And it's going to be absolutely nothing. Jacob says, see you next round, son.
Oh my word. Okay, 5 versus 3. Apeks have full control of the B bomb site. Jacob does continue to extend though. That's going to cost him his life. Opens the door for the retake. They've got utility. They've got the kits. This one's not impossible right now. Jays is going to line up the utility. Goes back to line up a smoke. Got the flashes to work with as well. I don't know how I feel about that smoke. And Nork will just step up and get a kill. Does get traded. Vera goes through the smoke, but Kicksan's waiting. He's the king of the smokes right now is Kicksan. Yeah. He punishes 2. He finishes off the round as well. 18-16. 2 map and series points now for Apeks. They were the ones who forced overtime in regulation. Will they finish off the job here?
Two chances to finish it off. And of course, they would go through to that next round in the upper bracket. And I can tell you, that would be against BetBoom. That is a very exciting matchup. And actually, going by previous form and current form, I'll be favouring BetBoom in that game. They have been nuts lately. I'll have to see how that one goes, of course.
You'd still back Apeks, though, to make it a competitive game. You know, it's sort of like, I'd say, 55-45 kind of thing in favor of BetBoom. And that's only because of Apex's recent form. If you had prime form Apeks, then you probably favor them considering BetBoom's only recently formed.
Yeah, absolutely.
18-16. Which way does this one go from here?
knasigT on the edge of perhaps dropping in to that lower bracket. OG will be their next opponent, and that's coming up later tonight. If that is the case. Jazar, nice peek. That's the first sort of, I feel like CT pick he's really had in a long time. As I said, he's had a kind of a rough Anubis compared to Overpass. Jazar looking around though, looks for the kill, but knasigT's been so clean on these entries. He's a bit of a farmer in this map. Debo showing presence from the rotation, but locked behind that smoke. Kicksan will take 1 tick to that Molotov, and that maybe will alert a few knasigT players to his close position in mid. You can see Avid with the AUG. He's up to 40 now, but that might be all he gets. knasigT again. Sticko again. Could this be it for Apeks finally? Debo, they knew he was here from earlier on, and knasigT could be in for another one here. Debo, shoulder picking the angle. knasigT does not need to give up the ghost on this one. He's got Nork holding the angle too. There's the information, and they're still refusing to peek. Fair play, playing it safe as they so should. Nork hits the tag. knasigT will surely swing, but he actually does drop. That's a good reaction from Debo.
Okay.
And now it's a 2v2. Ludwig gets the flank kill. Nork has to hide on the site. Hang on a second. Kixan and Nork. Now, how do they play off of each other? They've changed positions weirdly, but there's Kixan. And now it's all Ludwig, and he has not got a kit picked up. They know where he's coming from. Nork shoulder peeking back and forth. Swings for the kill. Apeks in incredible fashion and in a very, very tight game and a very, very fun game. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. We'll go through to the next round in the upper bracket.
You just got to feel the heartbreak for knasigT, man. Double overtime on Overpass, overtime on Anubis as well. Not able to win.